do.
I do. You know, it's the first time I've ever interviewed anyone who was actually specifically dealing with supersensitives.
And he had such a wealth of information, and the fact that he's lived it. I mean, that was his personal journey.
I almost asked him before he told us, "Was this you?"
Yeah.
You know, because he was so good at it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so we hope you enjoyed that.
Yeah.
And now what we want to do is go into the circle of 12. And so, as we prepare for the circle of 12, let us begin by giving honor and thanks to Mother Gaia. She is our original parent, and Mother Gaia gives us all we need. Thank you, Gaia, for being here. Thank you, Gaia, for loving us. And let us give honor and thanks to the Star Mothers. Thank you, Star Mothers, for being here. Thank you, Star Mothers, for loving us. The Star Mothers are our original spiritual parents who came to Earth as part of a grand system to give us the spark of divinity, this piece of God that lives inside is the power of the God energy within the human being. You are part of the system of the Creator that is biased in love. And let us affirm our willingness to receive the unconditional love of the Creator. I am willing to accept the perfect love of the Creator. I am willing to accept the perfect love of the Creator. I am willing to accept the perfect love of the Creator. And let us now continue towards the circle of 12, and let us affirm that we give permission to connect with the God inside.
Greetings, dear ones. I am Kryon. Come closer, dear ones, come closer. This is something I will always say because this is the only thing I can say to you. That means I want your attention, all of it. This is an exercise, and always will be, of the ability for a human being to move into another reality. Truly, a reality that some have never experienced. The closest thing to this reality that I'm asking you to move into is that which I have described as an out-of-body experience. But that's just the beginning of a journey that takes you into a reality that is not yours today, but that you will recognize at some level. The premise is always the same. You live in 3 or 4 dimensions, and there are hundreds of them. And so, whose reality is correct? We tell you this, that the reality of living in all of them is the reality that you come from. It is the reality of the Creator. It is a multidimensional reality. And it's far grander and more real than anything you're experiencing right now. There have been those who would ask, if we go into a multidimensional reality, do we lose the 4 we're in? In other words, will I still be able to experience the touch and the feel and all of the things that I call my reality? And the answer, it's really a funny question. The answer is, how can you ask that? Because when you go into all realities in all dimensions, of course those first few are included. If you move into certain kinds of multidimensional realities, you even have the ability to move between them. I'm not going to go further with that. Let me just say that's where you're going right now, if you wish. And it always starts the same and always will. Are you willing to do this with me? Do you understand what is real and what is not real? That perhaps the vision that I'm taking you into right now could be more real than what you are sitting in right now. Again, who has the correct reality? Is there a correct reality? And the answer is, there is no correct reality. There's just realities that are more complete. And yours really isn't. Again, we take you to the bridge. Last time we were there, we asked you, what size is the bridge? Because we've never told you. How wide is it? How long is it? How tall is it? Does it have tall? Did you imagine a pedestrian bridge that you're simply going to walk on? Is it a rope bridge? Does it sway? Is it made of steel like a railroad bridge? All of these things will tell you what you feel about moving into the unknown. If you have visualized a bridge that is super strong, that vehicles might go over, trucks, even trains, that is a sign that you're not necessarily afraid, that the bridge will hold you no matter what. If you have seen a flimsy pedestrian bridge, this is a reflection of your uncertainty. It doesn't matter which one that you visualize, it's just telling, is it not, right away, of how you see moving into an unknown place. Well, Kryon, now you've given a lot of these healing circles. It is a known place to me now because I've gone across it many times. No, it isn't, dear ones. It's not a known place, and it won't be. Not for a very long time. You're simply visiting another reality. Oddly enough, a reality that actually belongs to you, that you've been in before. But right now, you're on earth, so you visit it. But the basic core truth of all of this is that there is an evolving humanity, and consciousness is starting to move into those dimensions where this reality you claim right now will start to change. And we'll have more dimensions added to it. And we've talked about that before. Don't count them, dear ones. They just are. Let's go there. You stand at the bridge, and I've said this before, this fog that is there, a mist perhaps, is halfway. How big is the chasm below the bridge? How long is the bridge? This is another telling factor within your psychology, within what you are comfortable with or not comfortable with. Do you have to travel a long distance across the bridge, or is it simply a couple of meters, a few feet? That tells a lot. To many, the chasm between the known and the unknown is a lot larger than for others. For some who have been in the metaphysical arena for a very long time, that arena which is beyond the physics that you study, crossing into the unknown is something that they do a lot. But you don't cross into the full unknown. That's what you do today. A place you really haven't been, where there are more dimensions than you've experienced perhaps before. Will you come with me or not? What is your truth at this moment? Is this real or not? Take a breath. Do you cognize the fact that even though I take you on a journey in your mind, that since your mind is also multidimensional, that I might be taking you to some place that is even more real than the chair you sit in. Is it possible? Come with me and let's see. You walk toward the mist, and if it's your first time, there may be apprehension. But if you've done this with me before, you understand what happens next. In fact, there are some who will be doing this in the future with me, are so ready to move right into that mist because they know what's there. They know that what is there is the real you, the real them. A place where you might feel more comfortable than you've ever felt in your three-dimensional life. A multidimensional place that's filled with the energy of your soul, which means that the divine presence of who you are is starting to be who you are for the first time instead of being apart from who you are. Come closer. Walk through the mist with me right now. And I tell you this, that when you do that, you're giving intent for the rest of the story that's coming. Every single time you walk through that mist. Unlike a fog, I'll say every time, the mist is simply a very, very thin wall. And instantly you're out of it. You don't have to walk very far for there to be an incredible clarity of vision. And each time you pass into this place, dear ones, it looks a little different. When we first got to this place, there were some of you who saw bare hills or no hills. A place where you actually considered odd and strange, and then you saw your temple, and then you moved into it, and by now there are some of you who are starting to populate those hills with the greatness and grandness of Gaia. And you're starting to see that the multidimensional place that you belong to, that you own, is so beautiful. Some of you are starting to see waterfalls, green grass, perhaps even the singing of birds. In other words, in this vision, whatever is the most comfortable thing for you becomes you in your soul. What is the most comfortable thing that you could imagine, the safest place you could be? You're standing there. What makes it safe, dear ones, is that you stand at the precipice of a greeting of your soul energies, of your Akash, of your past, of your future, of your potentials. All of the things that your soul represents is where you stand. The reason it is safe, dear ones, is because it's multidimensional. Because you're not restricted like you are now. Perhaps you've come to this place because you're anxious or fearful. Will you notice that right now, you're not? All of those things, they slough away. They slide out of your reality because they don't matter, not here. This is a timeless place. Are you recognizing that? A timeless place where you can start to view who you've been, the potentials of the other side of the veil, which you know about at some level, but which are hidden from you while you're a human. This is an evolved place for you as you start to look and see that temple which we've told you about. It's interesting because I can see what you see. It's interesting that so many of you didn't really see much of a temple when we started. Kind of a doorway without anything around it. Is that because you were afraid at some level or had some apprehension that your temple might be just a little too large? Perhaps. I love this part. I love this part. Because in this vision, suddenly you you start to realize everything I'm telling you could be real. Real. Touch it and feel it. Real. What's the name on the temple? It's your name. It's the opening to your soul. You're about ready to walk in to a place that you have earned, that's your heritage, that you deserve, that's always been there, dear ones, but been so hidden from you as a human being, so hidden. You speak about the veil all of your life, of that which separates you from God. You talk about things being from beyond the veil. I'll tell you, you're standing in the veil. And what is beyond it is magnificent, but the veil right now is very, very thin. The heritage of the human being is divine. The soul is that which is the communication link between the corporeal self and the divine self. The soul, as you become closer and closer to it, you become closer and closer to a far better reality, because you're moving into your real core. This is more you than it is in the chair. This is the big you, the one that God sees, you. Have you seen the name on the temple yet? What language is it in? Some of you say, I cannot tell. It's a language that I cannot read. You'd be right about that. Not yet, you can't read. You do enough of these healing circles, you'll be reading it soon. Don't be surprised if it's not a name you recognize at your corporeal level. Come into the temple. Come closer. Let's go in. Let's just go in. And you go in together and you will see what we always see and what we always tell you. You will always see this. For this is the metaphor of the circle of 12. You're stepping into the soup of physics of the universe. You're stepping into the essence of consciousness, the formula of love. The formula of that which is you, the formula of your consciousness, all structured around the 4s and the 12s. That is the structure of everything that is, the building blocks of the universe. You are stepping into that, the thickness of it, and you feel the creative source itself. That's the circle of 12. That's the 12. The circle is in front of you, for it is a theater in the round. Again, for those of you who have been with me before, it's okay to see it again in a different way. The stage is sunken, and you must step down the stairs by yourself to sit in the chair on the stage. No one is in the theater but you. You have arrived seemingly after hours. That's the metaphor. You step into this place alone because you have the key, because you own it. You have the ability to turn the lights on or off in this theater because you own it. It's you. This is the structure of your soul, you might say. And those who are about to sit in the seats will change from time to time, but they all are reflections of you, or of your thoughts, or of your Akash, or perhaps of your existing friends, for they have souls as well, just like this one, the teeter on the other side of the veil and this side of the veil. So interesting it is who you're going to meet. Today, sit in the chair. Come closer. Sit in the chair with me right now. I want you to see in the audience as it starts evolving into bodies, not faces, but those you will see, those who are there to look upon you. in a very interesting way. I want to tell you who they are this time. Sometimes they will always be the same. You need to experience that consistency, but today it's a little more complex. As they start to form, some of them have actually gotten out of their chairs and coming on stage. And because you took off your shoes, dear ones, they're about ready to wash your feet yet again. This is a staple of this exercise. Those in the audience will always wash your feet. And they do the washing with the tears of their joy that you've made it this far, that you've cognized this, and that you're here in the chair. And who is it today that washes your feet and that is in the audience? Who is that today? And this now will be complex. These are the ones from your future, your immediate future, the potentials that you are developing of those you're going to meet that will put you on a new track of healing, of peace. And they could be healers, they could be friends, they could be relationships, they could be those you simply meet along the way. Kryon, are you telling me that my future is known? I would give you something to think about. Your future is creatable. Did you hear that? With your consciousness, these are the ones that you're going to meet because you are visioning them now. And when you return to that simple 3D, the one that doesn't feel anything like this right now, those are the ones potentially you will meet. If that consciousness is tuned up and saying, these are the ones I will create, the synchronicity is there, and they wash your feet because they say, you are one of the special ones who knows that time doesn't matter, that your future is programmable by yourself, and the healing you've come for, specifically, dear one, is part of that future. Can you grasp this? The ones in the audience, some of them are you, some of them are your past lives, and others are those who may even be your future lives. Now we're getting complex because your soul is filled with all that is, past, present, and future. And the decisions you make right now start to put faces on those future lives. You are in control of your destiny. What a place to be, isn't it? Have you ever thought that? You're not a victim of anything. You are a master, if you wish to, at this moment in time, meeting those who are going to facilitate the rest of your life, if you'll allow it, if you'll allow the synchronicity. Do you feel them? The celebration that's there because you're sitting in that chair? Do you feel the appreciation, the love, the kindness that is there? Have you ever felt something like that that says, you're going to be okay? You're not just going to be okay, but you hold in your hand the ability to control what's next. When you get back to that 3D, dear ones, when you get back there, I want you to hold this vision, not the victim vision that you might have perhaps thought about or live in. It's not that anymore, not even close to that. I want you to carry this part of your soul back to 3 dimensions, back to where you're going to sit. And tonight I would love to continue this within your visions, within your dreams. And what I mean by that is what it is here that you experience, you can keep. You don't have to go across the bridge, dear ones. I want to take you there every time, but you don't have to. You can go there anytime you want. What about tonight when you dream? So that you'll feel great about yourself and know that the future is much different than you thought. What a time to be alive. What a time. Humanity is starting to move into a very, very special place, and the gyrations you see around you right now is just going from darkness to light. We're going to leave you there. We're not going to pull you out of the chair. And you're going to take yourself out of the chair when you want to. And we let this energy continue and the music continue so you can stay there just about as long as you'd like. We are in love with you, dear ones. We are in love with you. And so it is.